Good morning, dear students. I hope you all are well and you are completing your work on time. Today we will start chapter 2, Introduction to Java. In last class, we studied in chapter 1 about the object-oriented programming concepts. Today we will study about the Java. So first of all, we will see about the characteristics of Java. First of all, Java is an object-oriented programming language. Object-oriented programming language, already I explained you in last chapter that object-oriented programming language include the features of abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, and polymorphism. Due to these features, Java is an object-oriented programming. Next feature of Java is platform independent. It means if once you were written the program, you can execute on any computer. Means changing of platform will not affect the original Java program. There is no need to change in the programming. It can be executed on any type of platform, on any type of processors like Unix, Windows, Linux. In any type of platform it can work, it can execute. Third characteristics of Java is write once, run anywhere. It is related to the previous characteristics, that was platform independent. It means once if you will write the Java program on any computer, it can be run on different computer, on different platform or different processors. It means write once, run anywhere. This property, this characteristics is also known as WORA. W-O-R-A. Fourth characteristics of Java is lightweight code. Means Java does not require huge coding. That's why Java programming is easy, and Java programmer easily they can write the coding without any burden, without any extra burden. Next is security. Next main characteristics of Java is security. So Java has built-in security features. This feature says that if the program do not perform, if the program will perform any destructive task, like if the programmer want to access the file on a remote computer without permission, it will not be permitted. They cannot access any file without the permission. So your data is totally, your program is totally safe. And if any changes made in Java bytecode, it will be flagged as error, and that's why program will not execute. So no one can do any type of changes in your program, or they cannot perform any destructive task, or they cannot access your program without your permission. They cannot access the class without permission. Next, we discussed in this characteristics of Java, we discussed about the Java bytecode. What is this Java bytecode? When we will write the program in Java, you all know that when we are writing the program, when we are writing the program in any other language, source code will convert into machine code. So when we will write the Java program, so Java program will also compile, but now it will not directly convert into machine code. After the compilation of Java source code, means Java program, what will happen? After the compilation, it will create Java bytecode, not directly the machine code. It will create Java bytecode. And this Java bytecode is independent of the processor of any computer system. So it will be processed by the Java virtual machine. Now what is Java virtual machine? Java virtual machine is just like the interpreter. So it is a software that converts Java bytecode into machine language. It means first Java source code will convert after the compilation into Java bytecode, and then with the help of Java virtual machine it will convert into machine code. So it works as an interpreter in the case of Java program. So Java virtual machine, it will come in between the compiled Java code and computer system. It means it will come in between the Java bytecode and the machine language. So it can be understood in this way. First of all, we will write the Java program, means Java source code. Then Java compiler will compile it. Then after compilation, it will convert into Java bytecode. And then with the help of Java virtual machine, it will convert into machine code, which can execute on host computer. Next topic is just-in-time compiler, or in short form we can say JIT compiler. This JIT compiler is also the part of Java virtual machine. Just now I explained you that how the Java bytecode will convert into machine code. So this JIT means just-in-time compiler will help to convert this Java bytecode into the machine code as per the host machine. It means on which machine the code has to be executed. It means it compiles bytecode. It compiles Java bytecode into the executable code. Executable code means on the host machine it should execute. That is the machine on which the code is to be executed. Okay. So in this way, just-in-time compiler is the part of Java virtual machine, which will help to convert this Java bytecode into the executable code. So, to understand these topics, just refer to your book, chapter number 2. In chapter number 2, you will thoroughly read these topics which are given from page number 18, 19, 20, 21 and 22. Now we will discuss some more topic, types of Java programs. Next topic is types of Java program. So there are two types of Java programs. First is internet applets. Second is standalone application. This is also given on page number 22. You can refer the book also. So first of all, what is internet applets? These are small programs and these are embedded in web page and are run on the viewer's machine but in secured manner by Java browsers. It means internet applets it is cleared by its name also. An internet applet runs within a web browser. It runs within the web browser. So these applets are designed to be delivered to internet web browsers, and that's why an applet has a built-in graphic window. But these type of Java applets have some security restrictions. Means it cannot write a local file. So mainly it is used by internet users. Next one is standalone application. So this type of standalone application is very interesting and it is generally a software application that does not require any type of hardware access. It includes most of the usual desktop applications such as word processors or spreadsheet. So this type of Java application could be distributed and installed on any Java capable machine. And it begins the execution with a main method. It starts the execution with a main method. So these are two types of Java programs. I think all topics will be helpful to understand about the Java. So read thoroughly the book, read the topics given in the book and have a great day. Thank you.